Why do so many pharmaceutical names sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, like Skyrizi or Jardiance or Rinvoq? There's actually a pretty reasonable explanation for this. Every pharmaceutical drug actually has three separate names that are used in different contexts. The first one is the chemical name, which is basically exactly what it sounds. So for instance, here's what it looks like for Ozempic. But obviously you can't reasonably use that in a conversation, so then we come to the second name. These names are assigned by regulatory organizations in order to provide a clear, concise label for what the drug is and does. So they use a bunch of prefixes and suffixes and stuff like afil, which makes it so that similar drugs have similar names. So for instance, here's the breakdown for the generic name of Viagra. But the third name, the brand names, that's where things get really weird. In order to sell one of these drugs under a specific trademarked brand name, there's a ton of regulation. For instance, the brand name can't contain any medical terminology, can't contain anything that implies that it's the best, so it couldn't have like the word best embedded in it. It can't contain the pharmaceutical company's name, it can't reference its dosage in any way. But here's the hardest one, it can't sound too similar to any drug that's already out there. That requirement, and honestly a lot of the other ones, are just so people don't get confused when they start taking the drug. Like if two drug names are too similar, you might take the wrong one. Or like if the name subtly implies that you're supposed to take it twice a day, but you're not, that could be a problem. So the names have to go through tons of rounds of testing, and then they also have to get checked by software to see if it's too similar to some existing drug. Like they literally have a metric for orthographic similarity. And then on top of that, consumers prefer certain sounds over others. Like studies have shown that consumers prefer voiced sounds like b, duh, and g, and then they also prefer sonorants like m, n, l, r. So that kind of explains drug names like Viagra, Lipitor, and Ambien. So think about this next time you see one of those cringe pharmaceutical commercials.